All right, I didn't hold it this time. She came too close to my fingers. Our sponsor, of course, is Bethel United Church of Christ, where no matter where you are on life's journey, you are always welcome here. And now with the song, a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Here's a story that must be told about two ladies that are kind of old. One's the pastor, the other's not. They like to chat and cook and pray a lot. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook, pray. There's lots of laughter and lots of fun. Tuesdays on Facebook Live at 1. You'll never know what will happen when Lucy and Ethel are at it again. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook, pray. Amen. We are so happy to have you here today. I know last week we fooled you because we had pre-taped because elections were going on and we couldn't use our kitchen. So if you didn't find us, we were on YouTube and you can go back and watch that one. It was a great recipe if you didn't get to see it. But we're here live. Look, I'll picture and she'll go out. Yeah. So we're live today. And we're going to be, Marty's going to be showing you how to make this fantastic ham potato soup that she's already cooked the onions or cut them up and I can smell them. So I'm going to get back and I'm going to talk about carrots. You know, we've cooked a lot of stuff and we're almost running out of, you know, what we use for cooking to make a story. But this carrot stuff, there's a lot to learn about carrots. So I'm just going to be skipping around because, of course, she printed off pages and pages. So
you know, we're missing our bobbleheads. Where did I hide them?
You put them in my office.
Oh,
I'll go get them. You need to start cooking.
Okay.
Okay, I think that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I put them on the shelf in your
Okay,
office.
that's what I thought. I'll go get them.
Okay. We're going to start out today by, first of all, I'm going to melt a 1/3 of a cup of butter. We had to dismantle our kitchen for last week's voting and trying to get everything set back up today. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll melt the butter, and into the butter we're going to saute onions and carrots and celery. And I must confess I did not measure any of the ingredients. I just put in to where I thought it looked kind of good. Okay, well, bring them over here. They're still, you gotta raise them up. Remember you chopped off their heads.
I did.
Yeah, see where the little gray line is? The up part.
Oh, that's right. So,
yeah.
what do I gotta set them on?
Well,
I'm not gonna stand here and hold them on, but I'll bobble our heads.
You'll bubble our heads. Here.
Okay, that'll work.
Let's see if that works.
Let's see if that works. There they are.
Yeah.
There we are. Marty
Yeah.
and Karen. Okay, so.
Yeah, I was afraid that we'd lose our identity, you know, because we have trouble recognizing ourselves sometimes. Okay.
Hi, Randy.
Okay. All right. So, putting in the onions now.
Okay, Randy said Cole's Law, thinly sliced cabbage. Coleslaw, Cole's Law.
That wasn't, we had trouble understanding that one. It was a little slow day today. Okay,
And if we're going to run cross country, we need to pick a small country.
Oh, that would be definitely true.
That would be definitely true.
Oh, well, let's see, the smallest, Monte Carlo.
Okay, that'd go there.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we can go to Monte Carlo because we could run across that country probably closer than anything else
Yeah.
I can think of.
Okay, so you got the carrots, celery, and onions in there.
Yes,
and butter, how much butter?
1/3 of a cup.
1/3 of a cup of butter.
I'm gonna just saute these. It says for like 4 minutes to soften them up some.
Okay.
And while that's happening, I'm going to dice up the potatoes.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll start reading about carrots.
Okay.
Okay, there's power in carrots. I bet you didn't know that. There's power in carrots.
Yeah, those rabbits.
And I tell you, she's printed off something like 12 pages of stuff, so I'm going to be skipping around.
Yes, please do.
But I did find there is quite a history to carrots. The cultivated carrot is one of the most important root vegetables grown in temperate regions of the world. And it came from the wild carrot. I think most things came from something wild.
No, yeah.
You know. Early writings in classical Greek and Roman times refer to edible white roots. And these rooted carrots in existence still today, often used as animal feed or a novelty crop, but nevertheless, it's gaining popularity for public consumption. While the carrot is known as a bright orange root crop, the original carrots domesticated in Central Asia around 900 CE were purple and yellow. There you go, purple. And there are all kinds of colors of carrots.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that,
Yeah.
that they originally started out those colors.
Yeah, but it's the wild carrot is indigenous to Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia, and of course, then it started spreading around the world. Carrot cultivation spread westward to North Africa and Europe, and eastward to Asia. Orange roots appeared in Spain and Germany in the 15th or 16th centuries, and quickly became the predominant color. So there's all kinds of diversity. The earliest vegetable definitely known to be a carrot dates of around the 10th century.
Oh my gosh.
So we're talking in the 900s, okay? That means there's been a lot of carrots
They're older
eaten.
than you.
Yes, that's true. There are two main types of cultivated carrots. And one is the Eastern Asiatic or anthocyanin carrots. And these are called anthocyanin carrots because of their purple-black roots.
Oh.
These are cultivars traditionally grown in Turkey, Afghanistan, Egypt, Pakistan, and India. They have a thicker, shorter, narrow, conical root and leaves that are gray-green in color. So that's the Eastern Asiatic carrot.
Do you grow carrots in your garden?
We have. Carrots never, it takes a certain soil and stuff. I mean, we've grown them where we could eat them, but they were never very real sweet and tasty. So Terry just stopped growing them after a while. And then there are Western or carotene carrots. And these have orange, red, or white cylindrical tapered roots. Most likely these carrots derive from the first group by selection among hybrid progenies of yellow eastern carrots. So, the Western type cultivated carrot was thought to originate from Eastern type carrots. Let's just say carrots came from other carrots. That seems to be the story here. And then they talk about a purple carrot that attracted interest from international traders. And traders carried purple carrots south to India. And by the 1000s, people were breeding red and yellow carrots in West Asia. And they had reached Spain by the 1100s. And about that same time as lemons reached Spain, so they probably came up with a lemon carrot dish. Kublai Khan brought carrots east to China about 1300 AD. All right. So we skip through these and we see pretty soon all these countries have carrots. And the first evidence of carrot used as a food crop is in the Iranian plateau and the Persian Empire in the 10th century. First time they were evidenced as used as food crops. Let me say hi to people. The grasshopper down at the bar. Oh, that must have been Randy's Pace's name is up there. The bartender said, "We have a drink named after you." The grasshopper replies, "Who?" And then it says Seymour.
Seymour.
Seymour that's not the name. But, okay, and then Donna Yeager's watching. Hi, Donna.
Oh.
Okay, let's see here. The word carrot was first recorded in English around 1530 and was borrowed from Middle French carotte itself, from the Latin carota, from the Greek karoton. There you go. It all says carrot to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then it talks more about the wild carrot. We don't care. Over thousands of years, the carrot moved from being a small, tough, bitter, and spiny. Oh, I think that's describing you. I don't know about the spiny, but small, tough, and bitter. Okay.
That was rude.
I know.
I would never say anything like that to you.
I know. But anyway, oh, yes, you would. Over thousands of years, it moved from being a small, tough, bitter, and spiny root to it moved to being me. Fleshy, sweet.
Oh,
And
kindly?
I don't, well, maybe not. Fleshy, sweet, pigmented, unbranched, edible root. Okay, but I'm going to remember small, tough, and bitter. Even before the introduction of domesticated carrots, wild plants were grown in gardens as medicinal plants.
Oh.
It says when a carrot is grown in favorable conditions, the roots of successive generations enlarge quickly. So the evolution of cultivars with enlarged roots can easily be explained. But what has puzzled historians, is why it took so long for the modern cultivated edible carrot to appear. I don't think I want to tell that story. It seems awfully long.
Yes, well, it was only 15 pages there. And
Okay. Nature took a hand and produced mutants. There you go.
yeah, well, that kind of explains some
Mutants.
other people.
And natural hybrids, crossing both with cultivated and wild varieties. Let's see. So then it goes through all the different 5 time periods on how carrots were domesticated. Took a long time for a domesticated
Oh.
carrot.
Doesn't
Okay.
that amazing?
There's 5 time periods. Up until 200 BC, it's called prehistoric Egyptian Greeks, the seed carrot period. From 200 BC to 11 AD, Romans, Charlemagne, Middle Ages, the parsnip skirret period. From 1100 to 1600, Europe, it's the Europe period, the anthocyanine carrot period, which is purple, yellow, and white. From 1600 to 1950, now that's a long time. Well, that's not as long as 1100 to 1600. From 1600 to 1950, the carotene carrot period, orange and other colors. And from 1950 on, the F1 hybrid period. We are living in the F1 hybrid period of carrots.
No, wow, I always wanted to know that.
I know you did, so I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's exciting. Goes on about root types. Here we go. Time periods again. Oh, now this is kind of interesting. There's early evidence. Let me see if anybody else is. Early evidence of fossil pollen. I can't say it. Fossil pollen from the Eocene period, 55 to 34 million years ago. Oh, just
It was before our
around.
time.
Yeah, it was before our time. Has been identified as belonging to the Apiaceae, the carrot family. 5,000 years ago, carrots were first cultivated in the Iranian plateau and then in the Persian Empire. There you go. And there's a specific place in present-day Iran that is called the carrot field or the carrot plain. And that field may be an evidence for the long-standing historical record of carrot recognition and cultivation in Iran. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know why I need to know that, but if I'm ever on trivia
Yeah,
and they ask me the question, I'm going to know. There's Betty Ferris. Hi, Betty. Okay. Very early evidence of the consumption of carrots has also been found in prehistoric Swiss lake dwellings. Huh. It's said that the cultivated and edible carrot dates back about 5,000 years ago when the purple root was found to be growing. Okay, the Carrot Museum. There's a Carrot Museum.
Where is it?
Let me see. Are we going to go there?
We might.
The Carrot Museum
Road trip.
has visited several tomb paintings in the valleys of Luxor, and
We have to go to Egypt then, I
and
guess.
some images are compelling. There's compelling carrots out there. I'll be darned.
Yes. Compelling carrots.
Carrots are said to have been recognized as one of the plants in the garden of the Babylonian king Marduk Apla Adina. The biblical Merodach Baladan II, who reigned at Babylon in 721 to 710 and 703 BC. There is no documentary evidence of this carrot reference. The clay tablet with cuneiform inscription located in the British Museum showed 67 plants, of which only 26 have been identified so far. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, Carrot, you are quite the plant, I must say. Okay. Oh, the grasshopper replies, this goes back to the other joke. Who names a drink Steve? Okay, we have to read the whole joke again for me to get it. Okay, how much cream and what have you done? You've cut up the potatoes, I see.
Yes, I cut the potatoes up and you sauteed them in.
And you sauteed them in. And you
garlic.
also put in chicken broth.
No,
Oh.
I put in ham broth.
Oh, you put in ham broth.
I cooked my ham bone down and saved the broth from it
Okay.
and used it.
Okay.
And so when you do that, you don't need to add any salt or pepper. It really gave it a nice seasoning, at least when I fixed it at home.
Great.
So now we're just going to bring.
Let it cook.
We're going to just let this come to a boil. And
Okay.
cook until the potatoes
Are
tender.
done.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to sit at the table while that
Yes,
does
we
that? Is
can
there
do
anything
that.
else you really need to show them other than you're going to
No.
put cream in
And
at the
then-
end?
Yeah, and 3 cups of that in.
Okay.
And a little bit more because I just
Yeah.
finished the thing off.
Yeah,
I measure everything exact, you know.
I know you do.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We'll let
Okay,
this
so
cook.
it's cooking.
Yes, it's cooking away here.
All
Then let
right.
it come to a boil.
It's going to come to a boil.
Oh, it's starting to right now. So good. Let me turn this around.
Okay, I will sit so you can.
Aim the project.
Looks good. I think that looks good.
You're still in the picture. That's always a plus.
That's a plus.
That is definitely a plus. All right.
All right. We're here in our little kitchen. Oh, we got our little bubbles.
I need to bring the bowl over.
Yeah, they can't stand above that bottom line.
No.
They're too short. They're too short.
Perfect.
There you go. Perfect.
There.
There we go.
Yes.
So it's so good to see. I'll read some more about carrots while she patters
Stirs.
around back there. Let's see. You just don't believe vegetables have such a history.
No, I never thought about carrots having
Yeah.
a history.
And then they show all these pictures of all these different colors. And I've seen a lot of the different colored carrots, but I guess I never really.
I
cared
never
to know.
thought I thought they were new carrot. I thought it was
Yeah,
something
but
new.
They've been around.
Yeah.
There is a theory that orange carrots were promoted by the Dutch, who bred them in honor of William of Orange.
Oh,
Ah,
that's
the
pretty
leader
funny.
of a 16th century revolt against the Spanish Habsburg monarchy that ruled over a swath of northwestern Europe. Whatever the truth of that particular idea, the orange carrot did eventually become associated with the House of Orange.
Hmm.
I wonder if they put it on their crest. A big old carrot.
Yeah.
Okay, almost all modern European carrots descend from a variety grown in the Dutch town of Hoorn. That's Hoorn. I think we need to scoot over some. There you go. Don't hit our wall.
I don't want to fall off the window.
You don't want to fall off the window. Let's see. Okay, I don't think any of that's very good.
No.
Okay, now here, I'm going to read you off some words.
What were the
I mean-
rest of the things we're reading?
But these are names of the origins of European orange carrot cultivars. Whatever that means. The orange cultivars, horn and long orange, originated in the Netherlands during the 17th century and formed the basis of many modern orange varieties. And then there's a diagram of a ton of varieties. And I want you to, Marty, read some of those names of the varieties.
Round yellow in 1750, early shorthorn in 1763. Yeah, early shorthorn. And then there's the horn of 1618, which obviously is the first one. Then you got long orange, yellow Belgian. That's even earlier in 1553.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Do they have, that's all they have to do is sit around and think of these names?
Think of the time they spent on these carrots.
Yeah, really.
That's a lot.
A Flacky in 1910.
And then that's flaky and not flaky?
I don't know.
Okay.
Flakkee.
Oh, I would say that's flaky.
Okay.
So see if there's anybody else talking to us up there.
Steve McDuff is watching. Hi, Steve.
Okay.
You know, I kind of made us. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Be careful there.
Yeah.
That looks pretty straight.
Yeah, okay, good.
Let everybody feel like they're falling off. Okay. Just more than you'd ever want to know about carrots, I'm telling you. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and in case, if this wasn't enough, it says here, follow this, there's more detailed analysis of the available evidence surrounding the carrot's origins, cultivation, domestication, and journey across Europe. Also exploring the emergence of the ubiquitous orange carrot. The main colors of carrots now have their own pages: purple, black, white, yellow, and red. So if you wanted to find out about those carrots specifically, you could go online and say, give me the entire history of the purple carrot. Follow its steps through the Dark Ages, and then enlightenment. I never thought about thinking of a carrot as enlightened. Okay, and then enlightenment with 17th century herbalists who recommended carrots and their seeds for a wide variety of ailments. You know, I used to, supposedly that's why rabbits have good eyesight, because they eat carrots. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that that's true.
I don't either. Finally, after many years as a low-class vegetable, it was considered a low-class
vegetable.
That's not nice.
Oh, no.
Okay, as a low-class vegetable, mainly used for animal fodder.
Well, you know, Randy probably would appreciate that because he doesn't like carrots. No.
Well, I tell you, when we went to England for all that time, let's see, who is that watching? Linda. Is that Linda Steckland? Hello. So it says, finally, after many years as a low-class vegetable, mainly used for animal fodder, it came of age during the food scarcity of the 2 world wars, when people were forced to be more inventive with fewer resources.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I know over in England, that's about the only vegetable you ever get. Tons of carrots. We did get tired of eating carrots, I have to say, when we were in England. Everybody had carrots. It didn't matter what you were eating.
You should have gone to a pub. You could get.
Well, we went to pubs, but I'm
We
saying
got
when
fish
we
there.
ordered food and the
We
vegetable was always carrots. But see, when you go with a group like on Global or something like that, and you always eat at certain hotels.
Oh, and they probably
And
picked
then
the
they're-
cheapest menu for it.
Well, no, these are pretty. But the carrots were always there in all their glory. But anyway, there's a more comprehensive study and analysis of the various theories of the domestication of carrots and the arrival of the orange carrot. You just need to download a thing here. Go to the Library of Rural and Agricultural Literature. There you go. Any vegetable you want to know about, it will be at the Library of Rural and Agricultural Literature. That's what it will. Let me see here. Linda says hi to Randy, and Randy's got another one-liner. Man shot 200 times with an upholstery gun is now fully recovered. God. I always think I'm going to know the answer to them, and
I don't know why.
I never do.
I don't know why you think that.
I don't know why I even think that.
No.
But anyway, It's just, she's up there stirring away.
Yes, and I did add some corn to this one because I added corn, the one I made at home, and actually you can add about anything in you want.
Yeah.
Some people said they put broccoli in, and
Well, I didn't even see you add the corn. Did you just kind of?
I just did it right now.
Oh, right. So she added corn.
Yeah, I had a little bit of corn left from my experiment.
She added corn. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Oh, well, I guess for those of you who tune in and don't get all the mailings from Bethel, I do want to say that yesterday that I sent out my letter of retirement.
I call it abdication.
Abdication. And I'll be retiring in June. June 13th right now is the date, but a lot of that depends on who can be there to give me my words of farewell from Western Association. Bye!
Well, you know what I'm thinking? You're going to be home about 2 weeks, and I'm going to be getting a call from your family, and they're going to say, can you come get her? She's wearing us out. I don't know how you put up with her all this time, but would you please come get her at least for a day? Just take her for a day. It's kind of like a daycare thing. Jody suggested that, you know, they do have over at the Shepherd Center, they have a time where they'll take people in.
That's
and
right.
watch for
I've
the
known
day.
about that for a long time. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
and she
visited.
thought maybe you'd want to go there, maybe, and they could watch you for
You
the
never
day.
know. You never know. We'll have to see. But anyway, I have been here at Bethel for 14 years, and it's been a true joy.
It's been a fast 14 years.
It's been a fast 14 years. But we still have a few more shows left. Let's see, Lori, what does Lori say? Can you read that? She's up there.
She's
And
up
I
there.
think,
What's going to happen with Cook, Chat, Pray? Well, that's
we
up
don't
to
know.
that's
That'll
up
be
to
up
our
to
couple.
that'll be up to Marquita.
That will be up to our viewing public as to what they would like.
Okay.
Because we will meet the demands of our clientele, and I would take applications for an assistant.
And she would take applications for assistant, or she might just make up a list of guest hosts
Yeah,
that will
would
come in with her. If any
If
of
they
you are
wanna come.
interested in that,
Absolutely.
you let her know.
It's got to be somebody that wouldn't beat me up too bad when I insult them. I mean, I never insult people. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I just compliment them
In a new way.
unusual way.
So I don't know. Are you going to make the call for people to start sending in?
Yeah, they can start sending in if they'd like to ghost.
Ghosts. See, already See, you're thinking of me because you think I'll be a ghost that'll be watching this as you guys
No,
film it.
you won't be watching because you'll be home crying because you miss me so much.
Well, it's not that, we're not down the road that far yet, so
No,
I
we're not.
can still
No, we're not.
visit and everything.
I'll be sitting here, at least I'll be here by myself most of the time, and I can take naps, I can just do whatever I want.
Well, I don't know, by that time, if things are starting to open up, you need to have another pal in there to help you. But of
Yeah.
course, so much has changed, and I think that's gonna be the big thing is, is there, like that article I was showing you this morning, is there a need for bulletin? Do they need, things are gonna change that during this time we have found out churches can get
Well,
along without.
Yeah, well, ours have had the bulletin, they just have to print
Right.
it themselves, which,
Right, that's
Yes.
okay.
that's okay. The only ones that I print for are the musicians. I do feel sorry for them
Right.
because,
But different churches, there have been some churches that have got rid of bulletins a long time ago, just shoot up on the screen. But there is a need, I think, especially musician wise,
yeah.
because in this article that I'll be sharing with the council that I found that the UCC put up, it's not one that John Dorhauer wrote, but one that he offered because he thought there were good things in it. This time that we've had with COVID and meeting outside the church and not in person has raised up a lot of things that we need to look at. And so there's all kinds of interesting things in there, what a church needs to do. And I think there's 10 things that this particular writer thought churches can stop doing, and 6 things that churches must continue. So it's just those kind of things that we need to be aware of. But I'm sure that Marty, Chef Marty, depending on what you all, I think she's going to see what kind of interest there is in continuing it. Because I know Marty and I were talking about it. We started this as a vehicle for connection. And I think it has been a great way to connect with people home, not being able to get out and do much. And this allowed us to come into your kitchens or living rooms or whatever and be with you for a while and have you write your comments. I see Darlene's joined us, and so's Andrea. Hi, you guys. So it truly has, I think, and I think Marty would agree with me, it has been that one area that we discovered during this time that has drawn in more people than we ever imagined. And I would say the viewers are really an eclectic group of people. It's not just members or friends. It's people that have picked up watching us on YouTube or doing something like that. So it has widened our we have widened our arms to embrace so many people. So that's exciting too. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that to you all who don't get our mailings.
Or the ones who get the mailing and don't read it every
or the
week.
people who get the mailings and don't read them. Those, they're going to be shocked when all of a sudden I'm here.
I know. I just think it's going to be so funny when they show up and ask where you are and said, well, she's been gone for 2 years. Where have you been?
You didn't notice. But anyhow, it's been a blessing, and I think probably these next few weeks that we have together, there will be all kinds of emotions and all kinds of laughter, a few tears, but it's been really such a blessing, and I just can't go on into it all here. But I just wanted to let some of you know that have been watching us so faithfully that my retirement is coming up in June, and it will, you'll be apprised of it, I'm sure. There's a few weeks here left, so that's what I wanted to say. And she's stirring up there.
I just got to let this kind of thicken up just a little bit, and it's done.
Okay, she's going to let it thicken up.
It's just said to let it
That's
go.
That's kind of what I do when I sit here in this chair.
It's thicken up.
It's thicken up.
That only happens when we've got that bag of chocolate sitting there. Hey, I bought some more jelly beans.
Oh, jelly beans.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
we're kind of jelly bean freaks.
yeah.
And I do want to say, Marty has her procedure on her esophagus, is that right?
Yeah.
On Wednesday. The 21st.
Next- the 21st.
A week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow. 21st.
So, when
keep
I-
her in your prayers.
Yes, because I don't know for how long that I'll be on liquids again.
Right.
But I'll still be cooking here for
Yes.
things for others to eat.
And after this first, this first treatment, she'll know more what to expect.
Right, because it's one of several treatments.
Yeah, it's
so.
one of several that she will
The
have.
doctor needs more retirement money, so that's why he's scheduling additional ones. I'm
well,
convinced.
let me do it for you, and I can get more. How do you think that would work?
I'm thinking that I might be in danger.
You probably would.
I'd probably lose my voice and you'd be ecstatic.
Oh my goodness. But in a little while she finishes doing that, I don't know if any of you are familiar with William Sloane Coffin. He's one of my, I would say, mentors. And let me read a little history about him. And maybe I've read it before, but his voice is so powerful when it comes to social justice and theology and all of that. For half a century, the Reverend William Sloane Coffin has stood as a force for progressive religion in America and in the world. He became famous in the 1960s while leading a very public opposition to the Vietnam War as chaplain at Yale University. He marched alongside Martin Luther King Jr., who was jailed as a freedom rider and became one of the most forceful Christian voices in the civil rights movement. He was the first president of a campaign for global security and lobbied for nuclear disarmament. Later, he served as senior pastor of the prestigious Riverside Church in New York City, where he inspired thousands and continued to be a powerful voice for conscience and change. And so I've always appreciated who he was as a voice of God. He was such a amazing, powerful voice, and he wrote a book that took the best of some of his quotations and some of his words and put them in different categories, and it's called Credo, C-R-E-D-O, where he records some of his remarkable public life, offering inspiring words on issues ranging from charity and justice to politics and the meaning of faith. So, if you ever want a book for your shelf that encompasses such knowledge in all kinds of areas, my title for you would be to get Credo by William Sloane Coffin. He was quite the voice, and I feel that what he has brought to ministry is an amazing thing. I'm not sure if he is still alive or has passed away recently. I don't remember seeing that. So I believe that of course he is still with us. But you don't want to miss the power of this book. And I will be reading a few things from it here in a minute. How are we doing?
Well, I'm going to bring this over to show you before I scoop it up.
All right, you all get ready. She's going to bring it over to show you. Here she comes. Do not trip.
That would not be a good
That
thing.
would not be a good thing because that's a big pot.
Yes, it is.
That's a huge pot.
Let's see if we can see what it looks like.
Lift
Ooh,
it up.
there we go.
Okay, there's that soup.
It's very colorful and
Yummy.
very
There's
good.
those carrots, celery, potatoes, onion.
Corn.
What else?
Oh, I put the corn in there.
Oh, some corn. And cream, or half and half.
Half and half. It said called for milk, but I had half and
You
half.
had half and half. You wanted to make it richer.
Yeah, that's right.
Richer. Let's see who else is on there. Oh, Bill Wooten says yummy. Yummy, yummy in our tummies. That's right.
Here we go.
Oh, that looks so good. Okay, well you're getting another one. I gotta show my little. This is my little bowl, and it looks so good. Okay. Oops. Let me find the. There it is. Wow. What a yummy little thing. It's hot too.
Yeah.
Wow. Hot, hot, hot.
All right.
Alright, so let's say a prayer.
Oh, you're getting so good.
I know. All loving and gracious God. It's been such a joy every Tuesday to get together with our friends and sit down and cook together and laugh together and have something great for lunch. We thank you for all of the wonderful things that have happened as we've been meeting, and we just ask that you pour out your blessing on this food so we can use it to your good works in all the things that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. Anybody else up there? I got a bowl on it.
Yeah, there's one.
Very good. This is something you can do with your ham that is left over if you stuck some in the freezer. Get it out and chop it up. And I am going to get. Do you want some pepper?
No, I'll get you some.
Okay. Otherwise, I have to walk. Well, I can
No.
walk behind the camera, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
And I already said Andrew's watching.
There you go.
Thank you. Are you trying to? So you
I'm
can
trying
see
to. I'm trying to
see
do
the
this
responses?
where yes, but I don't want to hear us.
No, turn us off. Can
I'm
you
trying.
silence us?
I'm trying to do
You
that.
can never silence us.
You know, I would think after all this time,
After all this time.
I'd be a little more intelligent. Ah, there I got. My
You
finger
got
was
it.
just
Okay.
too fat. Oh, Betty Weaver's watching.
Yeah, I
And
saw.
Jody is joined.
Good.
Oh, Andrea says PK can guest sometimes.
Well, that could happen down the road.
Yep. And what if I paid you? Would that?
No, that wouldn't change things.
Oh, I just thought.
See, there's all these boundary issues that we have to abide by.
And I
you know?
follow them so closely.
You mean between you and me?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the boundary issues that happen when a pastor leaves a church.
I know, and I don't follow those either. I believe in breaking barriers down. That's what we've been taught, you know, as women, to break down the barriers. So hey, that's what I'm going for.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I spilled a little potato juice on my apron.
Well,
Luckily, it was there to catch it.
that's true.
This fox right here caught it.
Oh,
Okay, so if we were serving this as a meal,
mm-hmm.
we could have the soup, we could have a salad.
Well,
We
we,
could
got,
have-
we got salad in the bowl. We could have some crusty bread.
Crusty bread, yes, of course. That would be like a whole baguette apiece. And a lot of butter.
A lot of
we
butter.
could eat the baguette like Lady in the Tramp.
Well, we could, and it probably would be about par for the course for us.
Oh, goodness sakes. Let's see. Who's that? That's Jody. What does Jody say?
Oh, that's good. You know, they don't pop up over here as fast as they do over there. Oh, Marty tends to stir things up. Who's gonna keep her in check?
Yeah, there you go.
I guess that'll be Jody's job. Is she
You've
brought
got
it
her
up?
for another couple months and that's it.
Well, you haven't made that much of an impression on me in all this time. So you vote that the soup's okay?
Yes, it's very good. It's very good.
Good, 'cause you got a lot to take home.
Because I like the fact that it's a soup and not a thick,
Yeah.
you know,
well,
and it's not beans and ham, which are
Oh.
good.
That's good, but I
occasionally.
didn't want, and that's why I was looking up recipes to use a ham bone and that were not soup beans because I wanted something different.
Yeah. But I can see where cornbread would still taste good with this.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Well, next week's recipe is very good also.
Well, tell us
It's a
louder.
it's a flourless quiche, spinach and ham quiche. And it only takes 2/3 of a cup of ham and five eggs. So, and I use a 10-ounce package of
But it's crustless, right?
It's crustless, and I really like that. We ate half of one the other night
Yeah.
in my practice session.
Yeah, that's great. And I love quiche anyway. I love spinach quiche. So good. And see, that will have been the third ham recipe we've had for him. So that's it. You should have used
Mhm.
up your ham by now. After we get done with.
Actually, no. I'll still have a little bit left, but I'll figure
Well,
out something.
figure
for it.
out something for it.
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm. So good.
Well, we upgraded our internet to Spectrum, and the only problem we have so far is we can't print anything.
Yeah, that's kind of a
The
problem.
printer is not connecting, and we don't know why. The copier is not connecting. And then the printer died. On top of that, my backup.
And then I ran out of ink in
You
mine.
ran out of ink, and so,
It just shows you how much printing we do around here. Even
Well,
with, you
yeah.
know.
well,
But,
so I gotta buy you more ink. Gotta get a new printer.
mm-mm. So have you all had any kind of recipes that you've tried lately that were yummy? Because I'm telling you, we talked about this, don't know if it'll happen, but we talked about it. But Marty's kept all of the recipes, and we've kept all the little history things that I've read. And I think her intent, if she can get enough people to help her,
Yeah.
or to do it,
Yeah.
as she's
Just
doing
typing
other
up all
things,
the recipes.
is to put together recipes for a recipe book from Chat, Cook and Pray, their first year.
Yeah.
So that would be great.
We have a lot of recipes. And they're not all in the same format, so they should look the same when they're printed out. I mean, they look kind of
Right.
ugly right now.
Right, they're different things.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you all would be interested in that, let Marty know. And she can get you all busy and typing up recipes.
Yes. Oh, Randy asked if you were gonna do a blessing of the animal service since we're outside right now.
I don't know, all I need is somebody to tell me that's what they want and I'll do one.
Well, better not let Kathy Hayes know, I bet you she does.
I can do one. Yeah, I can do it.
Remember when Kyle brought his.
We can add a blessing of the animals to a regular service.
Mhm. Do you remember when Kyle Buck brought his lizard?
Well, yeah, if it happened in the last 14 years.
I remember it was this, if it was when you were here, or, I can't remember, but.
I can't either. I don't remember a lizard.
Well, he
so
brought a
I've
lizard
been
one
before.
time. He brought a lizard one time.
But,
Remember the one where Kathy Hayes brought Pee Wee and had to
Yeah.
put him in his cage because he got a little rowdy?
oh, but their new little dog is darling.
Oh, he is. He's so cute.
So cute. So cute. Yeah.
Ollie.
Yeah, there was a time, I don't know if I've shared this story with all of you, I've got a little time. Back when I was at Emmanuel, I was asked to do for a canine dog named Flick that worked for the St. Louis Police Department and was a very special, loved dog. And the police department came to Emmanuel and they saw Tom Higgins was the senior pastor. He was getting ready to go on vacation, and so Tom said, go over to Karen and, see if she can do something for you. So they wanted me to do a service for Flick, and this dog was amazing. He was on, that used to be, there was Hollywood Pets, or there was Hollywood, and he could open a car door, and get into a glove compartment. He was a drug sniffing dog, and beautiful dog. And the police department wanted a special service for him. So, at the same time, they wanted to bless all of their canine units. And at that time, they had 50-some dogs.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, and the elementary schools were very upset, and so they even closed their elementary schools where Flick had visited, and so they could come too. So there were kids and adults and police officers, and directly behind me were all the canines with their partners, and unfortunately the canines were making low growling sounds.
Maybe they didn't like how you preached.
I had my back to them for a while, but in the blessing I had to bless each one, and so I walked down the rows and blessed them, but that was quite a memorable moment. But it showed you how a canine is looked upon as a full officer of the unit, and I had no idea the emotion that went with all of that. But it was an interesting thing, and one that I'm glad I did, because it showed me how, especially when an officer is paired with a dog, they become kind of like one unit together, because the one listens to the other one and no one else. And it's very...
Don't you wish you had that kind of dedication?
I know, I wish I had. You're so bad. Oh gosh, you guys. Let's see, Darlene.
Well, when I worked at the downtown airport, we had, and they'd bring the drug dogs down, and one of them really liked me a lot. It was a Malinois. And he would rush into my office, leap over my desk, and land in my lap. He was a big dog. It's a big Malinois, or Belgian Malinois are not small animals. And he
is that a type of German Shepherd?
No.
Okay.
Belgian
Because
Malinois.
Flick was a big German Shepherd.
Right. But the Malinois are actually, they are very popular in the drug.
Oh, okay.
But he said his partner would try to control him, but when they saw me, that was it. Over the desk and into the lap.
See, you can make anybody act up.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay, as we get ready to go, I want to read to you a short paragraph by William Sloane Coffin. And these are the things I'll be reading for the next several weeks. I believe the power of God is lodged in the very marrow of our substance and is pressing, constantly pressing for release in order to permeate every fiber of our being. And the demand is not for self-denial, as is so often preached, but rather for self-discovery and self-realization, which includes the commitment to God that is the final fulfillment of human life. This, I think, is what St. Paul means when he says, God searches our inmost being, and the kingdom of God consists not in words, but in power. To think we can escape wrestling with this power is to dream. Amen. All right, are we ready to kazoo ourselves? And that says thank you. All right.
Oh, yeah. Andrea said she helped with the cookbook.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, that's
Yay.
great. Because
Okay.
I thought we could use that as a fundraiser for Backpack Shepherds.
Yeah.
It would be a perfect
It would.
tie-in.
All right. Are we ready?
We're ready.
1, 2, 3. Oh, chat, cook, and pray. Oh, chat, cook, and pray. Oh, chat, cook, and pray. Oh, chat, cook, pray. Amen. Love you all.
See you next week.
See you next week. Get out in this lovely weather. Bye.